when you're reading your portfolio, everyone, it's three parts that we talk about in lesson 4 of the Dorian Way School. We talk about reading your portfolio up here in this area. This is part 1. Excuse me. This is area 1 here. This is area 2, and then this is area 3. When you're on the Thinkorswim platform, it's a little different, but pretty much the same concept. This is area 1 here. This is area 2, 1 and 2 basically. And you can also have this area as 3. You don't have to go to the trade tab if you set your portfolio up using probability in the money as your delta, not using both, because it can be confusing. You either use delta or you use probability in the money. On TastyWorks platform, I use delta. On Thinkorswim platform, I use probability in the money, but you can use delta on both. You decide, right? It confuses some people, but just know that probability in the money is like delta. Recently it hasn't been as close or almost 1-to-1 as delta as it been in the past, but if you use probability in the money, that's your delta. That's what you stick to. If you use delta, then that's what you stick to then. All right, so one last thing before we jump into some other stuff, I just wanted to point out that I start to look for things that I can take off, right? And you can see that it's a bunch of stuff in this small account with this ES though, right? So you have to know how to read this and see which parts you can take off. So what I normally do, everyone, is just quickly look down this P&L open part, and on the Thinkorswim platform, you can look down here. Excuse me. Let me click this better. You can look down this P&L open area here, all the way down this column. Just look for percentages, right? So look for green percentages, right? Because that's the key here. So we're going over here looking for green percentages, right? And see what things we can take off. So this one right here is saying 98.8%, right? So this right here is the short leg of a put. But when I look at this is probably a bullish bear put here. So I'm not going to take this one off yet. But then I go and look at some more days, and I look at this one here. This is 93. And then I look at this right here is actually a put spread that I can take off with 14 days to go. It's only about $10 left in the trade, so I can ring the register on this, right? And it'll give me a little bit more buying power back, and then I can reestablish somewhere else and use that capital a little bit more efficiently. So that's just an example on how you can read this really quickly. All right, perfect. So you just got over $100 credit, or let's just say $100 credit. And yes, she's in the money on one and very close to the money on the other, but this is our last type of adjustment on this, and we're going to roll it out. What we're hoping, we want it to go down. So look at the table, the curve view on here. Go back to, yeah, there you go. And now hit analysis. Yeah, there we go. And then, so if you use the config at the right and kind of make this bigger by using the plus sign, the very top right there. All right, let's just keep it there. So for time purposes, let's just keep it there. And you can see that she has a win zone in this, but keep in mind this is a little misleading because this is based on the new trade, right? This is based on the new trade. So if you use your cursor and you kind of show where the theoretical price is going to be and what it'll be at expiration. So right here it's saying at expiration, if it stays where this flag is at expiration, she's going to make $358. Okay, and that's on the new position. So what she can do here is just basically she's reducing her risk and potentially be able to, when she roll out, be in a better position. Okay, doesn't mean that at the end of this trade she has won on the trade, because I don't know how many adjustments. I know we've done a couple together and we've done it for credits, so you've reduced your risk each time on the credit. But to know exactly where you're at, you need to go to history, and you need to be able to check and see, and know when you put this trade on, right? And you normally write down when you put a trade on, Dana. So if you know when you originally started doing this trade before you had to make an adjustment, then we can determine, okay, where you really need to take this off at. If that makes sense. And I know it's a number of people that was curious about that, Steve. So do you know that, Dana? When you put this trade on?
Hang on a second. I mean, yeah.
All right, so Dana, let's do this quickly.
Yeah, I set it up. I put the trade on March 26th. So I have other trades on ES. So I've highlighted everything involving the expiration date of April 23 that this trade is.
Okay. All right. So if you did this correctly, then you received $652 in premium minus the fees of $35 minus minus the commissions of 35 and the fees of 21 basically. So you got about $596. So you have to buy this back for $596 or less to be able to at least break even. So go to the trade tab, and you're not gonna go to the trade tab and the position tab. I apologize, the position tab, and then click on your ES there. Not that. Yeah, that, and then click and then show just that position with 14 days to go. Right. So we just highlighted that position. To buy that position back, everyone, it's not telling us it's not giving us at the top. So she has to just quickly do some math and go the 116 to 1662 minus the 1225. I'm just doing that's 437. And then so keep that in mind. We got 437 on everyone. What I'm doing is I'm taking the 480 and the 450. I'm just doing the math between those two. And then now I'm going to go to 480 call side, 495 call. And so that's 2450 minus the 1975. That is 470. That's 475. Okay. So 475 plus the 437, that is 912. So right now it's currently trading for $912. She needs to buy it back, that we said, for like 596 or something like that. So if she can buy it back for 596, she's at least broke even at this point. So she's got about, like, let's just say less than $400 to let me see, minus 596. She's got about $316 she needs to make before she can take this off for a scratch to a profit. Okay, this trade here, but I would give this maybe another 7 days tops, and then roll it out because it's pretty tight. So what I'm doing, and Dana, just use your cursor for me so you can point it out.
Sure.
Go to the 480 put, and just don't click on it. Just use your cursor there, or you can do what you're doing right there. Awesome. So 480 put. Go all the way to the net lick area. Go to the net lick area for me. The net lick area. Yeah, right there. Right. So that right there is the 1675. That is how much we have to buy back our short put for. Right. Then just above that is the the put spread. That's how much we have to sell that. That's how much we would get if we sell that put back to the market for. So what I'm doing is just taking the 1675 and subtracting 1237 from it. And that gave me the 437 basically, right? When we did the math. Then I did the same thing for the call side. I took the 2437, it's changing right now, and I subtracted the 1981 from it, right? And that gave me 475. I added those both up, and it gave me like 916 or whatever, right? And then I subtracted the premium that she collected, that she showed me from the history area. That was at 596 that she got from the history area. So that's how I knew how much she needs to buy it, how much she can wait, how much more she needs to make on this. She needs to make another 316 before she can even take this off. Are you following me, Steve?
Yes, sir, Brian. Yeah.
Okay, perfect. So this, wait, don't move anything yet. All right. No, history area. Go back to the history area for a second. Yeah.
But
so Oh, you undid it. Okay.
I unclicked all the, oh no,
Okay.
it's still showing the right numbers from before.
Okay. All right. So perfect. So if it's still showing the right thing, I don't know if it is. And that's why I was saying speculate. I was speculating that if that it looks like the same numbers before,
This
but
is
if
from
those
before.
numbers were correct, then you only need about 316 to win. So that means if it stays in the range based on if you go back to your trade tab, if you go back to your trade tab, and then go to right here, stay with the curve view right there. If you that's put your cursor where that flag is at. All right, so right there, if it expires in the next 14 days, around here, around this level, and this is not even her best level because her best level is where that cone is, the highest level of that cone to her left, right? But if it expires where the flag is at, she'll win $333 on this trade, everyone, on this trade that we rode into, we adjusted into. So that means she would win, right? Because she would collect she'll win over $15, and then she would have won on the trade. All right, so you're gonna have to look at this video, this trading floor video again to get what I'm saying. But this is it's more advanced basics of understanding what's happening to your trade when you adjust and how to read it. Okay, but this is a level that you want to get to because you're going to have to adjust something eventually.